Max Domi into the mix, and here we go with the media already, and I guess we're as guilty as anybody else because we're talking about this, but he's played 3 games and he's taken 3 penalties, and I thought Sheldon Keefe had a great quote. He's had some great quotes in training camp, but on Domi's feistiness, I'd rather have to tune a guy down than kick in the ass to get him going. I love that line because it's so right, because in recent years, last year, the month of October hits, the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs hits, and it's like these guys are Nick Alberga playing beer league on Sundays, and that's just not going to fly in this market.
No, and just looking at his PIMS here, like,
Stick stuff.
yeah, he's not like a real undisciplined player. Listen, it reminds me of you remember when they signed Mike Komisarek?
I do.
And they signed him from Montreal. Berkey's big workhorse D man who's going to be truculent and pugnacity and everything. And he went out there the first couple of games and took so many penalties because he was so horned up to go flying out there and ragdoll everyone and be so tough and so mean. I think he was scrapped there at some point in time early on and just was taking penalties like crazy. And I remember looking around going, wow, was he ever like jacked up to be on the Leafs, wanted to make a statement? And you got to think Max Domi, he's get that jersey on. His dad's in the stands. He's going to go out there and he wants to be playing with an edge. He wants to be noticed. And I have no problem if he takes a few penalties in goddamn preseason. Take all you want. Take 10s, take 5s, take stick. I do not care. Go out there and let everyone know you're there. Show that you're excited to be part of this team. I look at his stats and stuff, and I like how he plays on the edge. He's going to have to ride the line. I hope he rides the line. We need more guys that do straddle the line because so many guys are so far on the other side, they don't even know a line exists. So I have no problem with Domi taking a couple stick penalties in preseason. Are you kidding me? I love that line. The one I've always heard is it's way better to have to pull back on the reins than it is to have to crack the whip. And couldn't agree with that more. All you got to do is say one thing to Domi and he can tone it back a little bit. Where half the time you got a room full of players where you're cracking the whip going, can you show me you have a goddamn heartbeat? A couple guys on the team last year who are no longer with us. And it's nice that we don't have as many bodies that are doing that.
It's probably mild concern for me, but I think you can say it for pretty much every edition with exception of like a John Klingberg, but certainly Ryan Reeves, Tyler Bertuzzi, Max Domi, those type of players, like how you rein things in. For Domi specifically, like he's going to be horned up on opening night. First game as a Leaf. He's playing the Montreal Canadiens, wants to prove differently than like his dad that he's a different player. He's a different style. He can bring some jam to this team. So I get it, but I think you're the perfect guy to speak to that line and where you cross that line. And certainly I think a guy like Max Domi can be really, really effective for this team because I think unjustly people are going to compare him to his dad. But with all due respect to Ty Domi, Max has way higher upside offensively.
Oh, big time. And I don't think he's looking to prove that. Everyone knows he's been in the league long enough and he's proven that he's a different player than his father. His father knows that as good as anybody.
Yeah.
But absolutely, you're going to have to straddle that line. And to me, it's not even about like straddling the line with playoffs. Like, how much can you hook a guy? Was that a tripping? Like, no, it's just about your attitude out there. How much do you like MF a guy out there after the whistle? How much do you chirp off at their bench? How much do you take a guy by the crest and just shove him away from your goalie? Get the hell out of here. Like that kind of thing goes a long way and it just shows that you're here. And I mean, Max Domi, if anyone wants to challenge him, he's tough as hell. I mean, I think he throws lefty like his dad too. I remember he knocked out, I think that was it Kessler or Bieksa that one time. I was like, oh my God, where'd that come from? And anything that needs to happen out there, he can handle it. I don't think he needs to straddle the line as far as taking penalties, but play with that little bit of jam, finish the body, be physical, and don't take any garbage out there. Play with a little attitude and an edge and a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. That's all it takes. And doing that, you're not going to take penalties, right? It's just a style and an attitude of play out there that I think he can adopt, and he's shown that he can do it.